is accountable for their actions, it is even better to prevent the incidence of corruption in the first place. And as I've already indicated many times, I'll be holding all my appointees in this government to the strictest standards of accountability.
Aha, QTV 24/7. Adichia, Enyamra, Nayaba, Abachech, Yadjo, and Sembia Edi, a hin ewo, and Tintan Cassi so. In your terms, so I near Cocosum, ya Jumaso Kakra. We can say, Ukwe Juma, ye will hear it. One Quajuma, ye will hear, and the Benya Quajuma, I'm marry a year no more. Because your Quajuma in your share ma. Sir, Muso Muna, Mun subscribe your YouTube, no. Na mo share video no said de bia so de ya dwen kire kakra ebeba edamase QTV 24/7 mani age ene mani so aso niema bebre a enura Mahama ede tuutwa abusua tabo na wode ato mpanifo na yeni omu tukwane se duru airport a ekwan ketinketi bia dedededa airport fichiri a modi smuggle sa side honum ekwo for first class Mahama de credo atututu sa tabo no nyina wasesa mum abemum penimfo no less nipa kakra bi ene what right say omo for first class enumpo no won na asoma nipa ko no waka kire ne say fa because sa first class nama abemum penimfo ewie ya japade ewie ye sika edi niema edi for first class wo edi tukwan wada we are wine when two kiss ye no mu nyina johnny queue no airport ho no ma no omu we ye niema no machine so na emfa scanning place so smog bi na wode na mpokurampo na ye nyina ye ni twa gawuta ganama first class ya bande ye to abawie ye wunim smuggler manfo dia fa sa kwana honum eniema bebre dia fa kwana honum e dia tukwan hwesika bi a wo Nigeria ni bi ye to abanwie Nigeria ni bi ede koye mfa tayro ho abusua mema mekasa nwa no mumienti nsama mama edutudwa na wa wutie bia ubehu si yes papa no obebo adwuma no be ye adwuma soso.
You also have the responsibility of promoting Ghanaian technology and making it competitive. Ghana's communication sector has seen incremental growth over the last few decades, and you, Honorable Samuel Nate Jata George, the Honorable Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, you will be expected not only to continue this growth trajectory, but to create policies that expand the frontiers of the sector and place Ghana at the forefront of the global telecommunications space. The Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, Minister for Sports and Recreation, I don't envy your job. You have the monumental task of restoring Ghana to its pride of place in African and world sports. The shambles that is Ghana sports today is completely unacceptable for a country with our pedigree, and I expect that you inject transparency, professionalism, and modernity into the management of the sector. I expect that you will concentrate on building up all the sports disciplines, and I know the Ghana Football Association would be a good place to start, to work to make sure that we return Black Stars to its glory days. And finally, with Honorable Joseph Bukari Nipe, Minister for Transport, you are charged with the task of building on past progress in the transport sector to guarantee swift movement of people and goods through a modernized rail, aviation, and marine transport. I have no doubt that all of you are poised to work tirelessly to improve the lot of Ghanaians in your respective sector based on your experience and your competence. I must, however, remind you of the same caution I sounded to your colleagues who have already taken office, that the hallmark of this government will be modesty and respect for the Ghanaian people. There will be no room for arrogance and pomposity in this government. The resources that you'll be working with belong to the Ghanaian people who put us in office. Those resources are not to be wasted on opulence and extravagance. I've asked the Chief of Staff to write to all government appointees that I've imposed a ban on non-essential travel forthwith to cut down expenditure. Any travel that is deemed essential and necessary must be cleared first with the Office of the Chief of Staff. And such travels will have to be undertaken in modesty, no first class. Also, all traces of affluence and lavish lifestyle are to be avoided. The people of Ghana are enduring difficult times occasioned by hardships resulting from the economic mismanagement of the last 8 years. And ours is to work to lift them out of this hole, not to compound it further. On Monday, I'll be receiving the report of the committee I set up to prepare the way for the implementation of Operation Recover All the Loot, oral. Upon receipt of this report, appropriate action will be taken against those who are deemed to have acted against the economic and financial interests of this country through corruption and related acts. While it is all well and good to hold past office holders accountable for their actions, it is even better to prevent the incidence of corruption in the first place. And as I've already indicated many times, I'll be holding all my appointees in this government to the strictest standards of accountability to ensure that the mandate and resources entrusted to us by the people of Ghana go only into working for them and improving their standards of living. Let me take this opportunity to remind you all that in the coming days, as promised in our 120-day plan, I'll be outdooring a code of conduct and standards for all government officials to guide the conduct of all our appointees. This will leave you no doubt about what you can do and what you cannot do while serving in public office.